Okay, so now we're going to talk about Enkidu from the Epic of Gilgamesh. We know that Enkidu is created in the image of Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh and Enkidu are both patterned after Ninurta, the god of war. But I want to look at Enkidu in a different sort of way. I want to look at Enkidu as he ascends from the animal kingdom into the realm of humans. And let's start by looking at where Enkidu was placed. We know that Uruk fashioned Enkidu. She wet her fingers and threw a rock out into the wilderness, and that was the creation of Enkidu. Tablet number 1 describes Enkidu. It says that he's hairy. He has no family. He belongs to no one. He lives as a part of nature. And he also has a great strength. We see him as a boy character running wild with the animals. We know he comes to the hunter's oasis in the woods, and he upsets the hunter's traps and drinks from the hunter's watery hole. So we find that the hunter gets upset with Enkidu and says to his father, "What can I do? This boy is upsetting my traps." So the hunter's father says, "You know what, go to Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is going to tell you what to do." And Gilgamesh says to the hunter, "Return with the temple harlot, Shamhat, and let her show Enkidu what strength a girl can have." And so Enkidu and Shamhat have sex for a week, and after that period, the animals no longer want anything to do with Enkidu. Enkidu has now joined himself to the human culture. So as he's joined to the human culture, Shamhat says, "I'm going to take you back to Uruk." Now you have to realize that Enkidu at this point, the animals are no longer running with him. He's craving a friend, so he's willing to go with Shamhat back to Uruk. Along the way, he learns a few things, and I love what our text says. Our text says that he ascends the road to Uruk's Uruk's palace. So there's this idea of ascent that's embedded in the language itself, coming up from the animal kingdom into the realm of humanity. And there are 4 things that he learns along the way. As you look at the text and read that he's traveling with Shamhat to Uruk, Shamhat covers his nakedness. She rips her garment and covers his nakedness. Why? Because humans must wear clothing. And so Enkidu learns that. Enkidu also learns the art of warfare and hunting along the way. He learns about weapons. We also learn that he learns how to eat and drink as humans do. And also along the way, he learns other customs from a man that they meet. So he has conversation. Well, that's fine that he's learned all this stuff, and we see that he's learning to belong to the realm of humans, but does he actually become a human? Does he actually take on the qualities of humans? We find that he actually does. When he and Gilgamesh first meet, the 2 are fighting. They chip the walls of Uruk even. But as they're wrestling around the palace walls, who is it who calls for peace? It's Enkidu. Enkidu says, he calls peace. He says, "I don't have a quarrel to fight with you." So the idea that he is called for peace means that he has indeed ascended to the realm of humanity, and he can now be considered human.